Hey there, I'm Harry Enton, and today we're counting down the top 8 groups that are still holding strong for Trump's GOP, and we're going to do so using pure data, baby. And at the end, we're going to have a little bit of bonus for you. But without further ado, let's start off with group number 8. We are talking about white evangelicals. Of course, they are a very important part of the GOP coalition, and take a look at their choice for the election back in October of 2024 when it was Harris versus Trump. Trump is getting 71% of their vote according to a Fox News poll back in October of 2024. And look at where we are now. We're talking about the 2026 race for Congress. Republicans getting a very similar share. We're talking about 69% of the vote among white evangelicals, so very similar to what we saw back in 2024. But it doesn't just end there, baby. What we're talking about as well, when we're talking about the core GOP groups, how about those who self-identify as Republicans, baby? Look at this. I mean, this is support. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about 92%. That is the share of the vote that House Republicans are getting right now among GOP voters. That's basically the same, baby. That's basically the same as Trump was getting back in October of 2024 when he was getting 94%. This is well within the margin of error. The bottom line is this: for all that talk about Republicans abandoning Trump and abandoning the GOP, it simply put does not hold when you match up the GOP's running for the House against the Democrats running for the House of Representatives. Now, another group that I just think is so interesting, because this is a group that is actually going Democratic. But what we saw was Democrats did very poorly, at least historically speaking, among black voters back in 2024. Kamala Harris was leading amongst them in October of 2024 by 59 points. And guess what? Although Democrats are winning them, but it's only by a slightly wider margin, 62 points compared to Kamala Harris back in October of 2024. So what we're essentially seeing is Democrats did historically poorly, for the worst in a generation among black voters back in 2024, and it does not seem like they're recovering all that much ground. So this is the 6th group that we're looking at. What about group number 5? I feel like Casey Case. And coming in at number 5, what are we talking about? How about white women? This is a very key group. This is a swing vote. And take a look at the choice of the election among white women. In October of 2024, Trump was getting 51% of that vote. Look at this. White women basically are staying the same. There hasn't been much of a shift at this point in terms of the vote for Congress. Look at this. House Republicans getting 49% of that vote. Again, this is well within the margin of error. Very little movement. When you can count on one hand, you know it's little movement.